Good morning friends. Today my topic of discussion is child psychiatry. So there are various psychiatric disorders seen in childhood. These are mental retardation, specific developmental disorder, pervasive developmental disorder, hyperkinetic disorder, conduct disorder, tic disorder, enuresis and ectopresis, speech disorder, habit disorder and other disorder. In my previous class I already discussed about mental retardation. So today I will start from the specific developmental disorder. The deficit in functioning may be in scholastic skill, speech and language, and motor skill. These may include reading, language, arithmetic or mathematic, articulation disorder or phonological disorder or coordination disorder. All the developmental disorder either cause an impairment in academic functioning at school or in daily activities. So this is specific developmental disorder. Under specific developmental disorder, I am coming to specific reading disorder. It is also called as developmental reading disorder or dyslexia. The childhood present with a serious delay in learning to read that is evident from early years. The problem may include omissions, distortion or substitution of word, long hesitation, reversal of word, or simply slow reading. Writing and spelling are also impaired in this type of specific reading disorder. Okay. Next, coming to specific arithmetic disorder, it is also coming under specific developmental disorder. So here the problems may include failure to understand simple mathematical concept, failure to recognize mathematical sign or numerical symbol, difficulty in carrying out mathematical manipulation and difficulty in learning mathematical tables. Next, coming to specific developmental disorder of speech and language. This is the third one coming under specific developmental disorder. In this type of disorder, it is called as developmental language disorder, communication disorder, or in the psychiatric term, it is called dysphasia. Okay. There are three main types. Number one is phonological disorder, expressive language disorder, and receptive language disorder. In phonological disorder, the problems include severe articulation error that make it difficult for others to understand the speech sound, or phonemes are omitted. For example, if he or she want to pronounce rabbit, it will come as wabbit. If he or she want to pronunciate car, that time it was he or she will pronounce it as car, not car. Blue for blue, like that. Next, coming to expressive language disorder. It is characterized by below par ability of using the expressive speech. The problems include restricted vocabulary, difficulty in selecting appropriate words, and immature grammatical uses. Cluttering of speech may also be present. Means in any word, cluttering is present. Number 3 is receptive language disorder. This is coming under, the three part is coming under specific developmental disorder of speech and language. So receptive language disorder, the disorder often present as a receptive expressive language disorder. For example, both receptive and expressive impairment are present together. The disorder is characterized by a below par understanding of language. Problem include failure to respond to simple instruction, provided deafness and pervasive developmental disorder have been ruled out. Next, coming to specific developmental disorder of motor function. This is coming under specific developmental disorder. So in this type of disorder, it is also called as motor skill disorder, developmental coordination disorder, clumsy child syndrome, or motor dyspraxia. It is characterized by poor coordination in daily activities of life. For example, in dressing, walking, feeding, playing, there is an inability to perform fine or gross motor tasks. Treatment is the treatment of specific developmental disorder is based on the learning theory principle and is behavioral in approach. It involves the use of special remedial teaching. Means in this type of students we need special remedial teaching, focusing on the underlying deficit. Perceptual motor training in motor skill disorder we also have to give. The treatment of common comorbid emotional problem is often necessary. Here, parental education is very much vital, and as well as counseling is also an important prerequisite for proper management. In my next class, I will continue from pervasive developmental disorder. Thank you.